I officially completed 16 weeks of training, and this week was an intense week. I had two 45-minute runs, a 7-mile speed walk, and 17 miles of running. That's a lot of running for 1 week. At the start of all this training, it never really clicked with me how much of a time commitment this was going to be. I ran a lot of half marathons, but I've never trained for a full, let alone Dopey. I've spent 49.5 hours running in the past 16 weeks. If you're training for Dopey, or even the marathon, you're probably pretty close to that. Pretty impressive of a time commitment to think about, right? I've done 220 miles, which puts an average pace at a little over 14 minutes a mile, which some of them are walks, some of them are runs, depending on what's going on. Just because I'm trying to make sure that I can get through a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. Last year, I got swept at mile 22 at the marathon, so I set out this year determined to lose weight, get faster so I can complete Dopey. I started out 235 pounds with a 14.5 minute mile, and my current goal after some adjusting is to be at 210 pounds by race day and to be around a 12-minute mile. So if I want to see characters, if I want to slow down and walk some, if I just want to enjoy it, I have some spare time before the balloon lady starts sweeping me again this year. I like to have a little bit of buffer. That's the goal. Last week, I weighed 225 pounds, which was down 11 pounds in 15 weeks. Not too bad. Not as good as I wanted, but not too bad. This week, I'm still 224 pounds. That's 3 weeks sitting at 224 pounds. I must be entering my calories wrong because I'm entering them all on MyFitnessPal, and somehow I'm still not losing weight. I'm going to change it up for the last 12 weeks of this training plan. I'm going to start doing intermittent fasting. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, not just weight loss, but cognitive health, other things. And I think part of my problem is that a lot of my calories tend to be weighted towards the end of the day. I tend to get snacks while I'm watching TV or something in the evening, which is not what you're supposed to do. Your calories are supposed to be weighted towards the morning. I'm going to work my way up to 16-8, which is 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating. From everything I've read, they say kind of work your way there. So this coming up week, I'm going to start out 12 hours, 13 increase daily, until I get to 16.8, and we'll see what happens. The only exception I'm going to do is for the 15-mile plus runs, I'm not going to be able to do intermittent fasting. I have to eat calories the night before and during the run, so those days will be an exception. There's not a lot of them, because currently there's 2 recovery weeks in between each long week, so it isn't a huge amount of days. We're talking maybe 10 days at most in the next few weeks. That really shouldn't impact it a whole lot. On Tuesday, I woke up at 3 a.m. and couldn't go back to sleep, so I did what any rational person would do. Go do my 45-minute run. I don't know why. That's what people do, right? I ran 3.94 miles at 11:25-minute mile. I'm getting really close to 4 miles in these 45-minute runs. Awesome. Today's one of those days that I feel extra accomplished. Last night, we went to Halloween Horror Nights, didn't get home till 1 a.m. So I wasn't going to run. So I didn't run this morning. Not surprised at all. And I was super tired. I'm like, I got to run. I can't keep missing these days. After work, I decided to go out and run. A little hotter, but I went out there. 3.8 miles, 11:41-minute mile. Last night, I had 20,000 steps, so I was super sore. So I didn't think I was going to do that great. So today, I feel extra accomplished. I still have 7 miles and 70 miles this weekend, so I'm gonna start super early. I think I'm gonna get up around 4 a.m. It's a little early for me. Okay, time to go eat dinner. This is my late morning, and it already seems so late. And I'm trying to walk under a 16-minute mile. I feel like I'm walking super fast, but my watch doesn't say the same. I hope I don't step on any alligators this morning though. They could be everywhere. I haven't seen any yet though. My whole family's seen them, but not me, which is really strange to me. I'm the one who's out there early in the morning. Tomorrow I have to get up at 4 a.m., which is not something I'm looking forward to at all. All right, let's see if I can keep up this pace. So I'm down the last quarter mile of my 7-mile walk. It's been amazing, actually. It's been a beautiful day. I do need some comments on things to listen to because I can only listen to the same song so many times, and it seems to loop them a lot when you're running this much. As of now, a 15:53 mile, and it's barely 8 a.m. So I have a whole day ahead of me, do all kinds of fun stuff. I think I can walk a half marathon pretty easily because I'm not even sore at this point. It was hard for me to struggle to walk, but I want to make sure to save that energy for tomorrow for 17 miles. So now, off to some breakfast. On the Saturday walk, I decided to use my 1.5 liter Camelback. I got tired of carrying a water bottle and it worked great. I put some electrolyte powder in there. I used 2 goos and I wore my Ultra shoes. I got inserts because I hit my heels very hard and the Ultra shoes don't do great with that, but they worked amazing. Really made a difference in the shoes. All the gear I use is in the description if you want to check it out. So we're going to be starting off the 17 miles. I have my light on, so I have to do this slowly so I can actually see. The plan is to do the same as last time where I'm speed walking most of the mile. So I'm going to run 4 minutes of each mile and then walk the rest at a very fast pace. I got my goo, got my 3 liter Camelback. It's pitch black. It's kind of creepy because it's so quiet. I'm not used to it. Got my sunglasses for later. Ate my Cliff Bar, had my cup of coffee. A little sore from yesterday, but I'm ready to go. Let's do this. 15.5 miles done. The plan's been working out great. I still have some energy left, and my average pace is 13:53 right now. I was 11.5 miles in before the sun even really came up. So now the plan is, I'll put my finish time down below, but the last mile, I'm gonna go all out. Get everything I got. See what kind of pace I can do. For those who did 15 last week and have concerns whether you can do more this week, 2 weeks ago when I did 15 miles, I barely finished. Now I'm almost to 17 and I still have some energy left. Not a lot, and I am sore, but each week I question whether I can do more. And every time I get there, my body adjusts. So keep it up. Time to push hard in this last mile. On Sunday, not only did I finish stronger than I did for the 15-mile run a couple weeks ago, but I also dropped my pace by 5 seconds a mile, which is awesome. Before training for this, I've run a lot of half marathons. It was very strange to me as I'm doing the 17 miles to say, only 13 miles left. It's just something in your mind to keep you going. Also, if anyone lives around me, you're welcome for clearing all the spider webs in the neighborhood and surrounding area. When you start running at 4 a.m., no one's done that for you. For the 17-mile run, I used my 3-liter Camelback, put electrolyte powder in there. I didn't put enough in there because I was at the bottom of the container, and I thought it was enough, but I measured wrong, so it tasted kind of poor, but it worked. I didn't end up cramping or anything. I went through 5 goo packets, and I found that the vanilla ones work much better. They're not as thick, which some people struggle with. I also use my Feature compression socks, which I have flat feet, and I've struggled with arch pain for running for years. Not to say I'm not sore, but it made a huge difference. And I didn't have any blisters, which is a huge thing to me because when I got swept at mile 22, part of it was blisters and feet swelling. So the compression socks are making a huge difference. The next long run is 20 miles, and I need to do some more research on nutrition to get ready for that. Because I know at the races, they gave out chocolates and bananas, so I'm assuming there has to be more nutrition when you get to 20 plus miles. I need to do some research and figure that out for the training because I really need to replicate what it's going to be like on race day. There's 293 miles left in the training plan, and this upcoming week is the new amplified recovery week. There's 2 45-minute runs and a 5-mile run on Saturday, which like every recovery week, I really try to push myself really hard to help build that endurance. So we'll see how fast I can do 5 miles. I'm not going to do the run walk that I tend to do for the 17 and 20-mile runs. Tuesday may be a speed walk day. I'm not sure. It depends on how my legs feel. I did take an Epsom salt bath, iced my legs, did some stretches, everything I've seen people recommend. So we'll see how the soreness is. Make sure to click this playlist right here to see how I started all the adjustments. Maybe some of these adjustments are ones you're thinking about. And next week's video will be right here where you can see how my recovery week went and how the fasting did with my weight loss.